Here's a look at tonight's referee.
He's an experienced ref who tends to let a lot of stuff go, but he will call more hooking and holding penalties, especially away from the puck.
Thornton won the draw. Right in front. It's passed across by Lidstrom. Brings it out. In over the line. Nice move there by Garrett. Saved by Brodeur. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Turco freezes the puck. The action's about to start. The faceoff goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Brings it out. Moved over. In all alone. In front. Naslund shoots it quickly. Brodeur covers up for the whistle. Now let's have a look at the starting lineup for the home team. We're ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Western All-Stars. Into the attacking zone. He gets run over by Nordstrom. Datsuk brings it out. Over the blue line. In behind. Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Brodeur makes the big glove save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In front. Turco turned him away. In over the line. Played over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Passed up to the neutral zone. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Thornton.
I can feel that one from here.
Ponger. Little deke there by Tanguay. Hit. A lateral pass. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Timonen. Brings it out. Kovalchuk takes him out.
Knocked him right off the play.
In over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Knocked over.
That was a throwdown.
Passed across. Over the line. He gets laid out by Timonen. Passed ahead. Over the blue line. Brodeur made the save. In over the line. He gets shoved by Blake.
You can hear that one up here.
Into the attacking zone. Turned aside by Brodeur. Across. Brings it out. Over the line. Passed across. Saved by Turco. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Checked.
That looked like trouble.
Rink-wide pass. Played across. In over the line. Leveled.
A smackdown.
Into the attacking zone. Bertuzzi. Cannonading shot. Brodeur stones him cold. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Scramble for the puck. Over the blue line. He gets checked by Kugina. Datsuk cranks one. Creamed.
Great contact.
Cranked him.
There's some physical play.
In over the line. Quick pass up. Center. Glang gets the shot off. In the corner. Knocked him off the puck. Iginla grabbed it. Into the attacking zone. In front. Hit.
A great job of stepping up.
Over the line. Over the blue line. Brings it out. In over the line. It's chipped ahead by Messier. Out of their defensive end. Offside.
Oh, did you see that? He got utterly pasted there.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. Medano wins the faceoff. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved. Played back. Laid out.
Another hit like that and sparks will fly.
Advances the puck. Over the line.
Hit! It's getting rough out there.
Goes behind his net. Behind the net. Over. Out of their defensive end. In front. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by a coin. Over the line. He gets roughed up by Pronger.
Sends him packing.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Stick save by Brodeur. Long pass. In over the line. Pronger pushes him.
He took him down.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets bowled over by Niedermeyer.
Jim, that was a major league bump.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Over the blue line. The Western All-Stars go offside. Sakic is an all-round player.
Now, Jim, that term is sometimes overused in this league, but it really fits this guy. Every aspect of his game is rock solid, and you just can't say enough about his character.
Face-off won by Datsuk. Nordstrom gets rubbed off the puck. Lang grabbed it. In over the line. Across. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Brodeur reached out for the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Out of their defensive end. Passed over. Over the blue line. Advances the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. Boynton winched. He scores, and it's 1-0.
He let go of the wrist shot, and it paid off handsomely with that goal.
That's right. You don't always have to wind up with a big slapper to get it past the keeper. Sundin won the draw. The coin gets smoked.
That was a devastating blow.
The Eastern All-Stars come in offside. The Eastern All-Stars seem to play this game with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, they're a big, aggressive team that tries to intimidate. If you shy away, hey, they've won the battle. You have to stand your ground.
And the faceoff is won by Thornton. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Timonen grabbed it. Leveled.
That was a big league body check.
Over the blue line. He gets taken out by Doan. In the corner. Knocked over.
That's showing authority.
Brings it out. End to end. He gets checked by Timonen. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Sanoui gets thrashed. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck. Shoots it.
Completely missed the net.
Into the attacking zone. Brodeur reached out for the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. The coin. Fired it hard. Scores. Looks like he was screened.
Great goal on the backhand. That's not easy.
Many say the backhand is the toughest save in hockey. The goalie has no clue where it's going, and many times neither does the shooter. A 2-goal lead halfway through the first.
They're striking fast and striking often.
Scored by number 13, Max.
Right in front.
Assisted by number 3,
Brodeur freezes the puck. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Datsuk. In over the line. Across. Over the blue line. Shoved. In front. One-time shot. Brodeur made the huge save. Checked. Shoots it. Stoned by Turco. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Saved by Brodeur. Messier brings it out. Over the line. That's offside. Just the one assist so far, but sometimes that's all it takes to get the ball rolling.
Exactly. Points usually come in bunches, and he'll be looking for more now.
The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Thornton wins the faceoff. Moved back. Moved up. Shoved. Brings it out. In over the line. Pushed.
A devastating hit.
Scramble in front. Moved ahead. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. With a wrist shot.
Not even close.
Brings it out. Played up. Over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Naslund. About to drop the puck. The faceoff goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Muscled off the puck. Across. A lateral pass. Knocked down.
These checks keep everyone on their toes, Jim.
Over the blue line. He gets checked by Guerin.
He really took it to him.
Over the line. Mowed down.
Excellent physical play.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Moved over. Flattened.
It's getting pretty intense down there.
In over the line. Behind the net. Over the blue line. He gets pushed by Alfredson. Right in front. Past that. Mowed down. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Smoked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Sent flying. Brodeur closes the door. Scramble. In behind. Shoved. In the corner. Right in. Scores right through traffic.
Wow, Jim, what a great goal. Take a look at how he leans into the shot and lets it fly. Great hand-eye coordination right there.
The faceoff goes to the Western All-Stars.
Number 17,
Iginla feathered it. In front. Brodeur makes the pad save. Brings it out. In over the line. Checked. Moved ahead. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down. Kuba brings it out. Over the line. Shoved. Right in front. Turned away. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets stapled by Nordstrom.
Very impressive.
In front. Mad scramble. The ref is ready to drop the puck. The faceoff goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Saved by Turco. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Right in front. Pad save. Hit. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets laid out by Pronger. Into the attacking zone. Naslund gets checked.
Talk about a headache.
Checked. Rafalski brings it out. Over the blue line. Sent flying.
Man, that was a jarring hit.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Knocked down. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets run over by Sakic. Salawi now with the puck. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Mowed down. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Hit. Alfredson with shot. Roberts scores! He had a tough time tracking down that shot, and it resulted in a goal.
Rebounds are a goalie's worst enemy, and he got burned on that one.
And the faceoff is won by Datsuk.
Scored by number 7.
Shove.
Gary Roberts, assisted by number 9.
Brings it out.
Alfredson, and by number
In over the line. Kuba mows him down into the attacking zone. Crack. Looks like we've got a little activity on the ice, Craig.
Oh, you're right, Jim. These two guys don't like each other at all.
He lost the fight, but his team is still winning the game.
Well, even though he didn't win the scrap, he showed that he won't back down from anything.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Brings it out. Passed across. Over the blue line.
Eastern All-Stars penalty to number 4.
Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Hit! Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Surrey went short. In front. Cannonading drive. Leg save. Brodeur covers up. The puck is about to be dropped. Face-off won by Thornton. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Mowed down.
There's one to remember.
In over the line. Kachuk rips one. Door slammed shut by Brodeur. Over the line. Shoved. Hammered.
1 minute left. In
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Stick save. Laid out. He hangs on. Here in the first period, the Eastern All-Stars lead by 4 goals. The action's about to start. And the faceoff is won by Medano. Over the blue line. In behind. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets roughed up by Guerin. At center. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Over. Roberts shoves him. Taken out. Brings it out. In over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Scramble in front of the net. Moved across. And that'll do it. One team is in command. 4-0 the score after 20 minutes of play.
Will be open to the public. Admission is by donation, with all proceeds going to local charities.
One team with a distinct advantage after 20 minutes as we get ready for the start of period 2. We're ready for the face-off. Thornton won the draw. Over the blue line. Rubbed off the puck by Niedermeyer. Shoots it hard.
Couldn't even put it on net.
One times it. Brodeur made the brilliant save.
Jim, I think he's stunned. He made a perfect shot and can't believe that the goalie stopped it.
The players are lining up at the face-off circle. The face-off goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laid out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Saved by Brodeur. And he hangs onto the puck for the whistle.
You better keep your head up or you're gonna be knocked on your rear end.
They're getting ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Thornton. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In over the line. He gets bowled over by Rafalski. Sent flying. He gets hit by Naslin. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Brings it out. End to end. Right in front. Pad save. Quick pass up. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Passed ahead. In over the line. Knocked down.
He got worked over on that one.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Kovalchuk shoots the puck. Vokun moves it ahead. Bertuzzi grabbed it. Over the line. Guerin with a weak shot. Brodeur went long. Brings it out. Sent flying. Worked over. Into the attacking zone. It's played up by a coin. Brings it out. In over the line. Centers it. Cranks it.
It'd be tough to track that one down.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shove. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Brings it out. Moved ahead by Nordstrom. Brodeur turns it aside. Hit. Knocked over. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Kuba.
He slammed him big time.
Played across. Shoots the puck. Blocked. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Checked. It's a scramble. Vokun covers up for the whistle. The players are lined up and ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Thornton. He gets laid out by Pronger. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Salawi. Over the line. He gets pushed by Tanguay. Salawi. Denied by Vokun. Played back. Shoved. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved. Hard shot. Brodeur gets a leg on it. Hit. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Pushed. Taken out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Thornton gets pushed. In front. Vokun hangs on for the whistle. This guy gets down quickly and takes away the entire bottom of the net.
Jim, you have to lift the puck up to beat his butterfly style. If it's on the ice, he's gonna get a pad on it.
The faceoff goes to the Western All-Stars. Lang intercepts the puck and play is whistled down for the offside. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Sundin wins the faceoff. Moved up. Over the line. He gets checked by a coin. Sundin over center. In over the line. Pushed aside by Vokun. A lateral pass into the attacking zone. That's icing. About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Lang. It's passed across by Marlowe. Over the blue line. Brodeur made the save. Passed over. Over the line. Yager gets bumped off the puck. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brodeur makes the save. And he covers up for the face-off. The ref is ready to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by Thornton. Brings it out. Moved over into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Coughed up by Rafalski. Brodeur turned the shot away. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. St-Louis, slap shot from the left. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Bowled over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Takes it behind the net. Checked.
I wouldn't want to be him right now.
Big hit. In over the line. He gets rocked by Nordstrom. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Pass to the point. He gets bowled over by Sure. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone.
Turned away by Volkun.
Out of their defensive end. He gets hit by Alfredson.
No mercy on that play.
Over the blue line. Roberts is brought down on the breakaway, and the ref points to center ice. With a wrist shot. They're getting ready for the face-off. Medano won the draw. Pass back. Brings it out. Over the line. Shoved. Knocked over. He gets taken out by Lang. Knocked him down. A shot from the slot by Guerin. Brodeur freezes the puck. The puck is about to be dropped. The faceoff goes to the Western All-Stars. Blocked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Bowled over. Laid out. Moved across. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Run over. Brings it out. Over the line. Tanguay knocks the puck loose. Sakic grabbed it. In over the line. Brings it out. Coast to coast. He gets out-muscled by Pronger. Over center ice. Into the attacking zone. Quick pass up. Over the line. Bumped by Tanguay. Knocked over. In behind. Out of their defensive end. End to end. Crushed. St-Louis brings it out. Over the blue line. In front. Passed up to the neutral zone. Over the line. Knocked over. Mowed down. Medano. Saved by Brodeur. He covers up. The action's about to start. The The faceoff goes to the Western All-Stars. Iginla scores!
The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it.
Face-off won by Datsuk. In over the line. Quick puck movement into the attacking zone. Moved up out of their defensive end. Passed across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hit. Vokun freezes the puck. We're ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Vokun gets a pad on it. Short pass. Brings it out. In over the line. Shove. Right in front. Brilliant save by Brodeur. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck by Lidstrom. Played across. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck. Salawi grabbed it. Guerin grabbed it. Over center. In over the line. Kovalchuk brings it out. Over the line. Hit. Vokun covers up. Kovalchuk hasn't put much on the net, but he's scored one goal already.
Well, and once you beat a goalie, you can get inside his head. He should start looking for more opportunities to shoot.
And the faceoff is won by Sundin. Vokun hangs on for the whistle. The players are lining up at the faceoff circle. Faceoff won by Sundin. Leg save. Blocked in the corner. Now there's going to be a fight.
The gloves are off and it's on.
A pretty good tilt. I think I'd have to call that one a draw.
Yeah, but just the fact that he was willing to drop the glove says a lot. Maybe that'll be the momentum shifter his team was looking for.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Datsuk. Over the blue line. Checked.
A 5-minute major for fighting.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone.
Shevin Suri, a 5-minute major.
He gets rocked. A solid check. Brings it out. In over the line. Nash rocks him. Over the line. Crushed. Brodeur covers up for the whistle. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Eastern All-Stars. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. Shoots the puck. Saved by Vokun. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down. Hard shot. The door is shut by... Scores!
There's nothing as lethal as a quick and accurate wrist shot.
The goalie will be seeing that one in his nightmares. The faceoff goes to the Eastern All-Stars. He gets pushed by Nordstrom. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shoots! Scramble for the puck. He gets laid out by Sakic. Over the line. In front. Turned aside by Vokun. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove.
Hit!
Moved up. Over the blue line. Roberts, backhand shot. Vokun gets some wood on it. Crushed. In over the line. Over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rafalski gets checked. Guerin brings it out. Over the blue line. Pushed off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Scramble. One-times it. Bertuzzi misses the net. In over the line. He gets checked by Thornton.
He had him coming and going.
Moved over. He gets rocked by St. Louis. Over the blue line. A shot from the slot by Kovalchuk. Over the line. He gets leveled by Lang.
He leveled him.
The Eastern All-Stars go offside. The Western All-Stars are losing, but it's not for lack of shooting the puck.
It's been a steady stream to the net out there. If they keep this up, they'll get rewarded. They just have to stick with it.
Face-off won by Primo. He gets roughed up by Naslund. Rocked! Given away by Timonen. Blocked. Naslund. Brodeur hangs on for the whistle. Here in the second period, the Eastern All-Stars still lead by 2 goals. The ref is signaling for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Datsuk. Saved by Brodeur. Quick pass up. Into the attacking zone. Leveled. Out of their defensive end. End to end. Brings it out. In over the line. Rocked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Lang, quick shot. Vokun with a great save. He freezes the puck. About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Thornton. Ponger roughs him up. Right in front. Vokun hangs on for the whistle. The ref is ready to drop the puck. Sundin wins the face-off. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shove. Short pass. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Over center. He gets hit by Bertuzzi.
Real power there.
In over the line. Cranked him. Roberts. Over the blue line. He gets run over by Guerin. Vokun covers up for the whistle. They're getting ready for the face-off. The face-off. Oh, he hit the post. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Muscled off the puck. Sakic grabbed it. Circles the net. Brodeur gets the wood on it.
1 minute left.
Brings it
in the
out.
second period.
In over the line. Bumped off the puck. Thornton grabbed it. In front. Pad saved by Vokun. Hit. He gets laid out by Timonen. Knocked down. Blast across. Out of their defensive end. He gets pushed by St. Louis. And this time, they've gone in offside. The puck is about to be dropped. And the faceoff is won by Sundin. Guerin gets bowled over. Checked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved. Right in front. Cranked him. And that wraps up the second period with the score 4-2 as we head to the intermission.
Also entitles you to discounts on many of our other events. Check our website for a full listing.
Teams are back on the ice. 20 minutes of hockey left to play. The action's about to start. Face-off won by Datsuk. Played back. Hit! Brings it out. Mowed down. In over the line. In front. With a one-timer. Brodeur shuts the door. He hangs on to the puck. Hey, Craig, maybe he'll get the next call by having a word with the official now. Well, let's have a look here at why he's all fired up. You be the judge. We're ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Thornton. Brings it out. Over the line. Wrist shot. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Brodeur made the save. Checked. Sakic shoots the puck. Brings it out. End to end. He gets bowled over by Pronger. Rink-wide pass. Kovalchuk. Stone cold by Vukun. Brings it out. Over the line. Hit. Long pass. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Pronger. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brings it out. He gets hit by Guerin.
Shook him up and took him down.
Over the blue line. Rubbed off the puck. Medano grabbed it. Guerin! Brodeur turned the shot aside. He hangs on. This guy's one of the premier goaltenders in the game today.
No doubt about it, Jim. He has lightning-quick reflexes and an incredible mental focus. Now, some nights, he's almost impossible to beat.
Datsuk won the draw. In front. Weak shot. Brodeur covers up. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Face-off won by Lang. Brings it out. Over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Into the attacking zone. He gets taken out by Kubina.
Sent him sprawling.
Brings it out. In over the line. He gets run over by Kuba.
He dropped the hammer on him.
Out of their defensive end. End to end. Shoots. Blocked by Kubina. In the corner. Checked. Hit. Marlowe leveled.
He couldn't avoid that one.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Moved across by Kuba. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Yager shoots the puck. Vukun made the huge save. Over the line. Hit. Played over. He gets laid out by Lang. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Cranked him.
That'll keep him honest.
Over the blue line. Turned away by Brodeur. Advances the puck. In over the line.
He burned him with that move.
Stick save by Vukun. Over the line. Mowed down. And the play is offside. The Eastern All-Stars still lead by 2 goals. They're getting ready for the face-off. Thornton wins the face-off, gets rubbed off the puck. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Rafalski.
He delivered a message with that one.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brings it out. Over the line. Flattened. Crushed. Long pass. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Vokun made the save. And he covers up.
With 1 goal to his credit, this man is doing what he can to get them the win.
He's proven that he can follow through when an opportunity opens up. Datsuk won the draw. Passed ahead. Over the blue line. He gets leveled by Sure. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Hit! Gets away a hard shot. Vokun made the big glove save. Over the line. Checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hit. Played out of their defensive end. Checked. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Wrist shot by Nordstrom. He gets muscled off the puck. Roberts grabbed it. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Passed over by Datsuk. Out of their defensive end. Flattened. He got clocked that time. Turned away by Brodeur. Quick puck movement. In over the line. Thrashed. Brings it out. Over the line. Thornton shoves him. Oop, post. Intercepted. Shoots quickly. He blocks the shot. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets flattened.
Now that's how you body check someone. How about that spin?
It's passed back by Kovalchuk. Vokun made the brilliant save. Rocked. Tanguay. Over the blue line. Taken out.
He's a bit stunned after that one.
Salawi controls the puck. In over the line. In front. Shoved. Lidstrom. Brings it out. Over the line. Lang picks off the puck. Messier grabbed it. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Run over.
He got laid out.
Moved ahead. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Lang fires it. Big save by Vokun. In over the line. Brodeur denies him. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets roughed up by Bertuzzi. Over the blue line. Cranked him.
He took a solid check there.
Brodeur makes the save. He gets checked by Kuba.
He's really throwing his weight around.
Into the attacking zone. It looks like they're going to settle this one with their fists.
These two are ready to square off.
You can give him the decision in this one.
That was a big victory and should keep the momentum rolling in his team's favor.
The players are lined up and ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Thornton. Brings it out. In over the line. Conger now has the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Hit. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shove. Leveled. Cuts it. Vokun with a great glove save. Brings it out. In over the line. Brodeur made the save. Moved up. Knocked over. Fires. Turned away. Kovalchuk brings it out. Over the line. He knocked him off the puck. Marlowe grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. He gets taken out by Kubina.
Nice delivery.
Brings it out into the attacking zone. Shove over the blue line. Bertuzzi scores!
Oh, let's have another look at that one. Just watch how he takes a look before he shoots. You gotta love that one, Jim.
Not every team can come back from 2 or more goals in the third period.
But it is possible. These guys are determined to do it.
He gets bowled over by Lang.
Assisted by number 7.
Blake now with the puck.
By number 5.
Wrist shot by Guerin. Brodeur got a leg on it. In over the line. Checked. Brings it out. Intercepted in the neutral zone by Lang. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Fired one-timer. Leg save by Brodeur. He freezes the puck.
When you go to the net, you score goals. It's really just that simple.
This guy's a great example. He's netted a pair by fighting his way into scoring position. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Thornton wins the faceoff. Pass back. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hit. Ponger. Into the attacking zone. He gets roughed up by Rafalski. Played up. Brings it out. In over the line. Checked. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Fires! Turned aside by Brodeur. Over the blue line. It's off the post. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Thrashed. Brings it out. In over the line. Kovalchuk gets thrashed. In behind. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Brodeur scores! Wow, what a wrister he uncorked on that goal.
That was an absolute laser beam that found the back of the net.
Face-off won by Modano. Passed up to the neutral zone. Bertuzzi. Right in front.
Assisted
Over the line. He gets hit by Blake.
Great body work so far.
Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck by Kubina. Brings it out. In over the line. Mowed down. Bertuzzi brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. He gets out-muscled. Over the line. For the howitzer. Shot is blocked by Kubina. Brings it out. End to end. In front. Saved by Vokun. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Pushed off the puck. Crushed. Hit. Run over. In over the line. He gets flattened by Kuba.
Lined him up and knocked him down.
Over the line. Flattened. Niedermeyer. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck. Played over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Primo.
Oh, he corked him a good one.
In front. Check. Scramble in front. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Right in front. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Timonen. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Naslund scores top shelf.
Let's take another look at that goal, Jim. Wow, what a wrist shot. I don't think the goalie had a clue where that one was going.
Time is running out, but this game is definitely not over.
Down by one with less than 5 minutes. It's a tough spot, but it's not impossible.
Marcus Naslund.
Brings it out. Roberts gets roughed up. Over the line. Rocked. Over the blue line. Lidstrom gives him the rough stuff. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Right in front. Flattened. Vokun covers up for the whistle. The Western All-Stars are a team that moves the puck well.
Jim, you have to play them tight and hope your goalie comes up big, because you know they're going to get their chances. You just have to try to limit the quality.
Thornton won the draw. Shoved. Over. Shoots it hard. Vokun shut the door. Brings it out. Over the line. Leveled. Passed across. Into the attacking zone. He gets rocked by Kovalchuk. Vokun is out of his net to play the puck. Shoved. Brings it out. In over the line. Hit. One-time shot by Naslund. Brodeur covers up.
Jim, this guy loves to pick goalies apart.
He's a true marksman.
Hey, you put him in the slot with a puck and he scores 9 out of 10. It doesn't matter who's in goal.
About to drop the puck. The faceoff goes to the Western All-Stars. Mowed down. Over the blue line. Guerin gets shoved. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Rocked. Passed up to the neutral zone. Into the attacking zone. Yager. In over the line. The Eastern All-Stars hold the goalie.
They know that this is their last chance to tie things up, and they want to give it their best shot.
In front. He gets run over by Yager.
Jim, that's how you earn respect in this game.
Over the blue line. Shove. Sanoui brings it out. Over the line. Bowled over.
You could feel the impact up here.
Quick pass up. Played up. Into the attack. Empty netter. Nothing risked, nothing gained, I guess.
Well, they had to take a chance by pulling the goalie late, and that empty netter sealed the deal in this one.
And with that insurance marker, they pretty much sealed the deal.
After they dropped 2 goals in less than a minute, they don't belong in this league.
Rubbed off the puck.
Joe Sakic.
Datsyuk grabbed it.
Assisted by
Brings it out.
34,
In over the line. Check.
18, Alex Taylor.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Taken out. Breakaway. He gets hit by a Ginla.
He caught him napping with that hit.
Hit. Over the line. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Advances the puck. Brings it out.
Tonight's third star, Western All-Stars number 44, Todd Bertuzzi. Tonight's second star for Western All-Stars number 91, Marcus Naslund. tonight's first star, Western All-Stars number 24, Chris Pronger.
From Atlanta, Georgia, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
From all the team here at EA Sports, we'll see you next time.
Here's a look at tonight's referee.
Jim, he's one of the more lenient officials in the league. If the play looks close, he probably isn't going to raise his arm. He lets the guys play.
Lemieux wins the faceoff. Over the blue line. Quick shot from the slot by Kovalchuk. He scores, and we have our first goal of the game. He left that rebound in the wrong spot, no doubt about it.
Exactly, and they lit the lamp as a result.
A quick goal like that can really take the wind out of your sails.
It definitely makes you sit up and take notice. Is it just a fluke, or is something really wrong out there?
Over the line. Flattened.
Great hustle and a great hit.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. Korea laid out. Nice hit. Habibulin closes the door. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Mowed down.
A big, clean hit.
Flattened.
What a hit.
Gonchar. Sundin gets the puck. Shoots quickly. Hit. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets taken out by Chara.
Sent him flying.
Into the attacking zone. Checked.
No ducking that one.
In behind. Out of their defensive end. In over the line.
Hit. You can't hit much harder than that.
Brings it out. Over the line. Pushed off the puck. Yager grabbed it with a slap shot. Jumped on by Lidstrom. Kovalchuk controls the puck. Into the attacking zone. Checked.
That was a tough hit.
Cranks one. Luongo slams the door shut. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In over the line.
How about that spin?
Brings it out. Over the line. Habibulin turned the shot away. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Bumped off the puck. Roenick moves it ahead. Turned over. Guerin gets roughed up.
Now that was a wake-up call.
Hayduk. Intercepted. Over the blue line. Brings it out. In over the line. Gonchar knocked him off the puck. Across, brings it out. And this time, they've gone in offside.
His fillings are going to rattle with that hit. He was pounded.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Sackett. Passed over the line. Habibulin denies him. Quick pass up, out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Over the blue line. He gets out-muscled by Chara. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets checked by Leach. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets rocked by Sakic.
Jim, that's old-time hockey.
Cannonading shot. Turned aside by Habibulin. Into the attacking zone. Passed across. Over the blue line. He gets leveled by Lidstrom. Out of their defensive end. Skating through center ice. In over the line. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Naslin.
Now that's physical play.
Right in front. Quick shot by Alfredson. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Thornton. Quick shot from the slot. Saved by Habibulin. Brings it out. In over the line. Played over.
Hit! No shortage of physical play here.
Into the attacking zone. In front. Passed across by Saint Louis. Over the line. Goes behind his net. Brings it out. He gets smoked by Roenick.
Full contact.
Played across at center. Bowled over.
Lots of contact there.
Flattened.
That's what you call a big-time hit.
Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck by Blake. Luongo hangs on for the whistle. The World All-Stars are a great penalty-killing team.
And I'll tell you why, Jim. They're always in great position. You can't break down their box. They're extremely disciplined, and they keep everything to the outside.
Face-off won by Lemieux. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Cranked him.
That's real action.
Over the line. Right in front. Rocked.
That was a heavy hit.
Brings it out. In over the line. Yzerman gets leveled. Bertuzzi. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shoot! Lemieux scores! He had a tough time tracking down that shot, and it resulted in a goal.
Rebounds are a goalie's worst enemy, and he got burned on that one.
And that makes it a tie game.
Jim, the key here is to try to regain control. That's what'll determine their scoring chances.
Number 66.
Brings it up. Into the attacking zone. Checked.
That was a great check.
And by number 19, Steve Yzerman.
Over the line. He gets roughed up by Nordstrom. Brings it out. In over the line. Bowled over.
That was a huge check.
Out of their defensive end. He gets hit by Zubov.
Stopped him dead in his tracks.
Over the blue line. Taken out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Iginla. Stick save. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets taken out by Sakic. Out of their defensive end. Nash. Big hit.
That's going to leave a mark.
Offside. About to drop the puck. Sundin won the draw. Over the blue line. Turned away. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. It's given away by Pronger. Brings it out. In over the line. Yzerman. Over the line. Crushed.
Jim, that one had to hurt.
Out of their defensive end. Hit. Checked. Moved up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Rocked.
He's a tough guy, but that was a hard hit.
Brings it out. In over the line. Played over, circling the net. Scores! Looks like he was screened.
Oh, let's have another look at that one. Just look how he positions himself for the wrist shot, Jim. What a goal. This is the kind of game teams love to play.
You've got that right. They love to get out in front early. And the faceoff is won by Thornton. Taken out.
This is serious.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit.
Sundin and by number 19.
Over the line. Passed over by Chara. Over the blue line. The World All-Stars go offside. We're ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Sakic. Up through center. Muscled off the puck. Elias moves it ahead. Shoved. In over the line. A shot from the slot by Aginla. He scores!
What a sweet wrist shot right there. He just picked his spot and snapped it home.
So much for the early lead.
While both teams are trying to get the other to play their game. And so far, neither's been too successful.
Scored by number
Thornton
12.
on a breakaway. He gets leveled by Chara.
Number 91.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Passed ahead. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Habibulin stones him cold. Brings it out. Over the line. Luongo makes the save. Thornton. Sanoui gets mowed down. In over the line. Moved across. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Lidstrom.
Humped them that time.
Out of their defensive end. Rocked. Moved over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. In over the line.
Made the defense look bad on that move.
Over the line. In front. Played across. And that's icing. Just the one assist so far, but sometimes that's all it takes to get the ball rolling.
Exactly. Points usually come in bunches, and he'll be looking for more now.
The faceoff goes to the North American All-Stars. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Over the blue line. He gets checked by Nordstrom. In over the line. He gets rocked by Niedermeyer. Brings it out. Over the line. Sent flying.
That was an intimidating blow.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Moved ahead. Over the blue line. Mowed down.
That one rattled his cage.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Glang shoots. Brings it out. Over the line. Shoved. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck. Cranked him. Moved across. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Checked. Brings it out. In over the line. Bowled over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Blake gets checked. Centers it. Korea. Blistering shot out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Brings it out. In over the line. It's moved over by Alfredson. Over center ice. Into the attacking zone. Nice move there by Blake. Over the blue line. Right in front. Centered. Cranks it. Stick save. Moved back. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Blocked. Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Played over. Bowled over. In over the line. Pushed off the puck. Sanoui grabbed it. Over the blue line. Moved over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Nash fires it. Habibulin hangs on for the whistle. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Roenick wins the face-off. Conger now with the puck. Gets the backhand shot off. Turned away. Run over. Guerin fires. Habibulin denies him. Roughed up. Brings it out. That's offside. The action's about to start. The faceoff goes to the North American All-Stars. He gets hit by Nordstrom. Cranked him. In over the line. Door slammed shut by Heavy Bulin. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Quick pass up. Over the blue line. He gets roughed up by Zubov.
He laid the hit on him there.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. In front. Thrashed. Brings it out. In over the line. Shoved. It's intercepted by Blake. Iginla grabbed it. Into the attacking zone. Taken out.
He got slammed into on that one.
Habibulin hangs on for the whistle. The ref is ready to drop the puck. Thornton won the draw. Shove. Alfredson brings it out. Over the blue line. Sir. The puck is about to be dropped. Thornton wins the faceoff. Passed over. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. These two guys are going to settle things the old-fashioned way.
The tensions have boiled over between these two, Joe.
That was an impressive job. He really handled himself well.
And it comes at a very important juncture of the game.
That could be enough to set a fire under his teammates down the stretch. They're getting ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Sundin. In over the line.
A 5-minute major for fighting. North American All-Star
brings it out.
To number 55.
Into the attacking zone. Hard one-timer by Yzerman. Habibulin with a stick save.
First period.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Sundin gets knocked down. Round the back. Knocked him off the puck. Bertuzzi grabbed it. Over the line. Hammered.
That hit leveled him.
Knocked down. Working along the perimeter. Gonchar in the clear. Taken out.
He won't forget that one.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. And there goes the horn to end the first period. After 20 minutes of play, we're tied at 2.
To the public. Admission is by donation, with all proceeds going to local charities.
It's time to drop the puck for period number 2. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Sakic. Brings it out. Moved ahead by Nordstrom. Over the blue line. Shoots it! Habibulin reached out for the puck. And he covers up. What really impresses me about this guy is how quick he gets across the crease.
Well, he likes to stand tall in there, and that makes it easy to get post to post.
Lemieux won the draw. Kovalchuk now has the puck. In over the line. Brings Brings it out. Over the line. Hard one-time shot by Yzerman. Habibulin gets a pad on it. Hit. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Sent flying. Lemieux. Nice steal by Lidstrom. Yzerman. Over the blue line. Turned away. Quick shot from the slot by Pronger. Forsberg brings it out. In over the line. Pushed aside by Luongo. Over. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets laid out by Forsberg. Out of their defensive end. He gets taken out by Aginla.
A little intimidation there.
Over the blue line. Shoots the puck. Gigantic save. Habibulin covers up for the whistle.
Oh, Jim, you can see by the look on his face, he can't believe he didn't beat the goalie with that one.
The ref is signaling for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Thornton. Short pass. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Flattened. Brings it out. In over the line. Shoved. He scores off the iron.
This is what's so great about the wrist shot. It's not as fast as a slap shot, but it's quicker to get off and way more accurate.
Minutes into the second period, and they're down by one.
They need to settle things down and come back quickly.
Sundin wins the faceoff. He gets hit by Blake.
Joe Thornton, assisted by number
Over the
4,
blue line.
Blake.
Given away by Sakic. Over the line. Shoved.
He really slammed into him there.
Brings it out. Alfredson. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Scramble in front of the net. In the corner. It's flipped up by Blake. Brings it out. In over the line. Bumped off the puck. Alfredson grabbed it. Over the line. Checked.
He felt that one.
Brings it out. It's played up by Blake. Sakic. Habibulin reached out for the puck. Over the blue line. Level. Shoots the puck. Luongo made the save. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Run over. In the corner. He gets leveled by Nordstrom in front. Brings it out. In over the line. Yzerman bowls him over. Played up. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Passed over. Knocked over. Mowed down. Knocked over at center. Over the blue line. Gets away a hard shot. The shot is blocked by Lemieux. Over the line. He gets hit by Gonchar.
That's how you stand a guy up.
In over the line. Blake drops him.
Send him right to the ice.
Into the attacking zone. Thornton. Mad scramble. Habibulin gets the wood on it. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Yager. Over the line. One-time shot. Habibulin made the huge save. Brings it out. In over the line. Little deep there by Gonchar. In front. Wrist shot.
A wild shot that time.
Cranked from the slot by Kovalchuk. Luongo covers up. About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Koivu. Run over.
He's taken out of the play.
Played over. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Pronger. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Habibulin turns it aside. Brings it out. In over the line. Hit. In behind. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Zubov. Into the attacking zone. Quick shot from the slot by Fedorov. Luongo covers up for the whistle. We're ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the North American All-Stars. Over the line. Sakic gets rocked.
That was a hard check.
In over the line. Luongo shuts the door. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Bumped by Yager. Cranked him. It's stolen by Kovalchuk. Out of their defensive end. Fires it. Blocked. Brings it out. Over the line. Shoved. Right in front. Goaltender stopped that. In over the line. He gets checked by Lidstrom. One time. Saved by Habibulin. Over the blue line. Thrashed. Moved ahead. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets leveled by Schneider. Out of their defensive end. Naslund knocks the puck loose. Brings it out. In over the line. Jovanovski flattens him. Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by St. Louis at center. Thornton brings it out. Over the blue line. Big hit. Hard one-timer. Habibulin makes the pad save. Alfredson shoots. Great glove save by Luongo. Skating through center ice. Checked. Passed up to the neutral zone. In over the line. Naslund shoots it quickly. Luongo made the brilliant save. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Hayduk grabbed it. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Rocked. Played across. In over the line. Brings it out. It's dumped in on the inboards by Yzerman. Brings it out. He gets rocked by Leach. He puts the puck into his own net.
It's a tough goal to take, Jim.
The faceoff is won by Koivu. Into the attacking zone. Hit! Passed ahead. Rink-wide pass. Over the line. Checked. Over the blue line. Lidstrom gets laid out. And they get called for icing. They're getting ready for the face-off. Sundin won the draw. Out of their defensive end. Thrashed.
He took a big hit there.
In over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Blake.
He leveled his man there.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Taken out. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shoved. Sakic brings it out. Into the attacking zone. A lateral pass. He gets worked over by Correa. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brings it out. At center. Over the line. Laid out. In front. Luongo stoned him. out of their defensive end, over the blue line. Brings it out, into the attacking zone, right in front. Nash brings it out. In over the line. In front. Quick shot from the slot by Lidstrom. Across. Thornton. Over the blue line. Shoved. Quick pass up. Into the attacking zone. A lateral pass. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Habibulin made the save. And he covers up for the face-off. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Koivu wins the face-off. Brings it out. In over the line. Leveled. Kachuk brings it out. Over the blue line. The North American All-Stars come in offside. The action's about to start. Face-off won by Sakic. Thrashed.
That'll rattle your teeth.
Into the attacking zone. Taken out. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Shoots the puck. Tremendous save. Habibulin covers up. The ref is ready to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by Sundin. Brings it out. Over the line. Big hit. Brings it out. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Bertuzzi gets dropped.
That rattled him pretty well.
Breakaway. Hit in front. Luongo hangs on for the whistle. The puck is about to be dropped. Face-off won by Sakic. Brings it out. In over the line. Shoved. Right in front. Quick shot from the slot by Aginla. Habibulin covers up for the whistle. They're getting ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the North American All-Stars. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Schneider controls the puck. Over the blue line. Rubbed off the puck by Zubov. Lang grabbed it. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets dropped.
He caught him square on that one.
Nash. Over the line. He gets knocked down.
He stops him cold.
Habibulin reached out for the puck. Into the attacking zone. Shove. In front. Stick save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Right in front. And he covers up. The players are lined up and ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the North American All-Stars. Brings it out. In over the line. Checked. Long pass. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Stolen by Chara. Bowled over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Leach now has the puck. In front. Correa cranked him. Brings it out. Over the line. Leach knocks him off the puck. Rips a shot. Correa grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Taken out. Moved ahead. Over center. Over the blue line. In front. Saved by Luongo. Brings it out. Rink-wide pass. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Thrashed. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Alfredson. Oland brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Right in front. Guerin. In the corner. Shove. He scores to make it 4-3.
He really rifled that one-timer home.
They say a quick release is more important than accuracy at the NHL level. The goalies won't argue with that one. With the second period winding down, they trail by 1.
If they can tie this up before the break, it'll be a huge boost to their confidence.
Zubov plays him out. Over the blue line. In front. Elias shoots the puck. Luongo covers up. Elias hasn't been firing the puck much, but he's managed to put one in.
Well, obviously, he's got the scoring ability. He just needs to get more shots. Sometimes you've got to make your own opportunities.
The faceoff goes to the North American All-Stars. Brings it out. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. The World All-Stars go offside. The North American All-Stars lead by 1 goal. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Thornton. Over the line. Into the attacking zone. Shove. In front. Jovanovski. Brings it out. In over the line. Saved by Habibulin. Over the blue line. Hit. Brings it out. Pass to hit. Over the line. Hard shot fired by Thornton. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Time runs out to end the second. 4-3 is the score as we head to the break.
Or perhaps a refreshing beverage? Our concession stands offer great food at reasonable prices.
After a hotly contested opening 40 minutes, the teams are heading back onto the ice. About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Sakic. Knocked over. In over the line. He gets out-muscled by Aginla. Cranked him. Over the blue line. Kovalchuk shoves him. Brings it out. Over the line. Luongo denies him. Roughed up. Checked. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoots it! Glove save by Habibulin. He hangs on to the puck. Hey, Craig, maybe he'll get the next call by having a word with the official now. And this is why he's upset, Craig. I think I'd have to agree with him. We're ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Sundin. Brings it out. In over the line. Shove. Flattened. Roenick brings it out. Over the blue line. Knocked down. Quick pass up. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Big hit. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Niedermeyer corrals the puck. Puck intercepted by Gonchar. In over the line. Over the blue line. He gets checked.
Now that was big time.
Over the line. Conger. Out of their defensive end. Roenick gets mowed down. Cranked him. Pass to head. Brings it out. Picked off by Blake. Quick pass up. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. In over the line. Korea. He scores!
Jim, that goalie didn't have a chance. Oh, wow, what a goal. When you let a shot go from that angle, it's always tough to tell which way it's going to go.
What can this team do to get their game back on track?
Well, some tight defense,
North
maybe a lucky
American
bounce.
All-Stars goal, scored by number 9.
Over the blue line.
Korea,
Shove.
assisted by number 12, Jerome Iginla.
Smoked behind the net. It's passed over by Jovanovski. Brings it out. Over the line. Cranked him out of their defensive end. In over the line. Muscled off the puck. Brings it out. End to end. Hayduk knocks the puck loose. Elias beats out the icing call. Luongo with a brilliant save. Mowed down. Hit. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Over center ice. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Moved across. In over the line. He gets hit by Yager. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved. Forsberg shoots the puck. Luongo turned it away. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. End to end. Pass back. Chara has his pocket pick. Brings it out. In over the line. Scramble in front. Behind the net. Brings it out. Over the line. Checked. Leveled. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. It's chipped ahead by Olin. Knocked down. In the corner. Brings it out. In over the line. Turned away. Cranked him. Quick puck movement. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Thrashed. Alfredson. He scores! Wow, what a wristery uncorked on that goal.
That was an absolute laser beam that found the back of the net.
Face-off won by Thornton.
Scored by number 9.
Rocked.
Assisted by number 13.
Hayduk corrals the puck.
And by number 19, Marcus.
Centered. He gets rocked by St. Louis. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Pushed off the puck. Hayduk grabbed it. Brings it out. In over the line. Passed up to the neutral zone. Over the blue line. Cranked him. Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Crushed out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Elias. Quick shot from the slot by Thornton. Habibulin covers up for the whistle. This guy doesn't give shooters much when he goes down, does he?
No, he gets awful big in goal. He can still be beat, but it has to be a perfect shot. That's the challenge against him.
The faceoff goes to the World All-Stars. Over the line. He gets laid out by Leach. Brings it out. In over the line. Shoved. In front. Habibulin hangs on for the whistle. They're getting ready for the face-off. Sundin won the draw. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Alfredson! Luongo reached out for the puck. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Niedermeyer. Great save by Habibulin. Niedermeyer now with the puck. Up through center. In over the line. Right in front. Brings it out. Over the line. The pass is ruled over 2 lines and play is whistled down. The North American All-Stars are showing they know how to put the puck in the net.
They're a fast, talented team that can score. If you try to trade chances with them, they'll beat you.
And the faceoff is won by Sakic. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Iginla! Habibulin freezes the puck. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Thornton wins the face-off. He gets roughed up by Schneider.
He lands a hard one.
Into the attacking zone. In over the line. Nash controls the puck. Over the line. St-Louis. Habibulin turned the shot away. He freezes the puck. The action's about to start. Face-off won by Sakic. He gets bumped off the puck. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets worked over by Blake. Played over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Kovalchuk out of their defensive end. In over the line. Leach. Brings it out. Over the line. Shove. Big hit. Rocked. Moved over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Big hit. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Round the back. In front. Luongo freezes the puck. The ref is ready to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by Roenick. Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Run over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Moved ahead. Out of their defensive end. Shoots. Saved by Habibulin. And he covers up for the faceoff. The puck is about to be dropped. The faceoff goes to the North American All-Stars. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Jovanovski. Hit! Sundin shoots the puck. Turned away by Luongo. Brings it out. In over the line. Nash. Shoved. Thrashed. Crushed. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck. A lateral pass. In over the line. Moved across by Sundin. He gets pushed by Correa. He gets hit by Sakic. Luongo covers up.
Those 2 points should prove that this guy knows how to get the puck into the back of the net.
He's been an asset to his team and a threat to the opposition all night, Craig. Lemieux won the draw. Crushed. Right in front. Luongo hangs on for the whistle. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Sakic wins the faceoff. Brings it out. Over the line. Leveled. Hayduk. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Taken out. Lang gets knocked down. In over the line. In front. Moved up. Brings it out. Over the line. Laid out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Moved back. Right in front. Great save by Habibulin. Over the blue line. Checked. Brings it out. Over the line. Chara pushes him. Elias, quick shot. Luongo turned him away. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shoved. Brings it out. He gets hit by Jovanovski.
He really threw him off stride.
Chara has really been into the rough stuff today.
Has he ever? He's been an intimidator all through the game.
He may have lost his first fight, but I think it just fired him up for the second.
Jimmy seemed to find some renewed enthusiasm this time around.
The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the World All-Stars. Ponger drops him. He got his man on that hit. Mowed down. Bowled over. Leveled. Bowled over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Muscled off the puck. Alfredson grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Cranked him. Bertuzzi brings it out. In over the line. Hit. He turns the puck over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Checked. Goes behind his net. Brings it out. Taken out. In front. Habibulin hangs on for the whistle. The North American All-Stars are solid right down to the fourth line.
Jim, I have a hard time finding many weaknesses on this team. They're smart, they can score goals, and they can grind it out.
That's a tough matchup for anyone. Sakic won the draw. Shove. Cranks it. Turned aside by Habibulin. In over the line. Brings it out. Over the blue line. It's passed across by Sakic. Saved by Habibulin. Into the attacking zone. Luongo with a big save. A lateral pass. Brings it out. Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Passed across. In front. Scores! Top shelf!
Hey, they better check the puck for cracks after that slapper.
No doubt. Good thing it didn't hit the goalie. Might have knocked him into the net as well. Late in the third, and they've given up the tying goal.
Now, I wouldn't call a timeout yet. They definitely need to take a moment to regroup.
Number 23.
Puck is dumped in on the inboards by Schneider. Brings it out.
Assisted by
Into the attacking zone. Hit.
And by number 14, Matthias
Over the line.
Nordstrom.
He gets rocked by Gonchar. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Flattened. Moved up. Brings it out. In over the line. Thornton fired it hard. Habibulin made the save. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets leveled by Forsberg. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck. Luongo hangs on for the whistle. This player will be able to add one more to his point total.
When he connected on that goal earlier, his face lit right up. Now he's found his stride. Let's see what else he comes up with.
Face-off won by Roenick. Brings it out. In over the line. Rocked. In behind. Brings it out. End to end. He gets rocked up by Pronger.
That'll give him some room.
Into the attacking zone. He gets bowled over by Roenick. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Luongo made the save.
In the third period.
Rips it. Out of their defensive end. Roenick gets checked. Kachuk gets rocked. In over the line. Laid out. Brings it out. Over the line. Naslund knocked him off the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Sundin blasts it. Luongo made the save with a wrist shot blocked. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Pushed off the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets taken out by Blake.
He came up fast and hit him hard.
Over the blue line. A lateral pass.
3 periods have settled nothing,
The
so
staff
we're
and
going into
management of this
overtime.
arena are proud to bring you a smoke-free environment. Thank you for not smoking.
Overtime is when your best players really need to perform.
Exactly. This is when they need to step up and win the game.
About to drop the puck. Thornton wins the faceoff. Shoved. Brings it out. Yager into the attacking zone. Right in front. Luongo freezes the puck. We're ready for the faceoff. Sundin won the draw. Oland has his pocket picked. Passed across. In over the line. Taken out. Iginla. Hard shot. Saved by Habibulin. Over the line. Fires it hard. Leg save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Big hit. Played up. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Knocked him off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Heavy shot. It goes wide. He gets crushed by Gonchar.
He really got his man there.
Moved across. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Jovanovski. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Forsberg. Knocked down. Mowed down. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets leveled by Jovanovski. Goes behind his net. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. In over the line. Pass to the slot. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoots the puck. Luongo reached out for the puck. Moved up. Pushed. Roenick. In over the line. Taken out. Passed ahead. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Mowed down. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Great save. Habibulin covers up for the whistle.
Jim, he cannot believe his eyes. He had that one already up on the scoreboard, only to find the goalie to make a great save.
They're getting ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Sundin. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Hit crushed. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Turned over by Korea. Over the line. Over the blue line. Brilliant save. Moved across, out of their defensive end. In over the line. Taken out. Sakic with a wrist shot. Oh, he missed. Pass back. Bowled over. Shoots the puck. Saved by Habibulin. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Blake.
Talk about laying a guy out.
Brings it out. The North American All-Stars come in offside. The ref is signaling for the face-off. Face-off won by Lemieux. He gets roughed up by Hayduk.
He unloads a big hit.
Over the line. Right in front. Across. Brings it out. In over the line. Thrashed. Rifles a shot. Luongo made the great glove save.
There's a lot of emotion in this game, and these two teams just don't like each other. You can see it starting to come to the forefront.
The action's about to start. And the faceoff is won by Thornton. Out of their defensive end. Quick pass up. Over the blue line. Brings it out.
If you thought overtime was tense, just wait for the shootout.
The snipers are loose now. We're going to a shootout.
And all the pressure's on the goalies to come up with the big saves.
Yager will be next down the ice. Did the pressure get to him?
Well, maybe the pressure or maybe the bad ice. Either way, he didn't get the job done.
Sakic is the next shooter. The goalie tried, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Jim, sometimes you just get beat.
Naslund has got to be feeling the pressure. Luongo denies the shooter and preserves the lead.
He may have been guessing about the shot, but he certainly guessed right.
Louis will be shooting next. He kept his cool and got the goal.
Some guys play best under pressure, and those are the ones you'll want in the shootout.
Sundin with the next shot. Luongo stones the shooter on that one.
It's like he knew where the shot was going.
Tonight's third star for World All-Stars, number 14, Matthias Norstrom. Tonight's second star for the North American All-Stars, number 12, Jerome Iginla. And tonight's first star, World All-Stars, number 9, Daniel Alfredson.
From Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Jim Hewson.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.